You ready?
It's fire. Fire pick.
Everyone, it's an exciting day. Got my dog Marcus Stroman in the building. Thank you, sir,
Back
for
at
coming by, my brother.
We're back at it.
So I don't think I want to say a lot of people have missed the first episode. So I actually did an episode with you. Do you remember how like we literally just like set up a camera and like sitting there like we just started
Super
talking
like in the moment, just like let's do it.
It was really before I even had the revelation that I wanted to. Sounds kind of stupid.
Kilmer
to say.
was here, right? Kilmer, you said it.
Yeah,
up?
Kilmer
just
said
like
it
threw a
up.
camera like
He
in the
just like
corner
put a
over here.
camera and like left, came back, checked on it. Like, man. But I kind of love it.
Yep.
I recently stumbled upon a clip of it, and we're just like you could tell how like fucking raw it is, and like.
Dude, I still get hit. I still get hit all the time on it.
Dude, this podcast, I get so many like. It's probably one of the best parts about it. At my like, going from somebody was kind of doing less on social media previously, and I was kind of fading away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously musically, you've been aware of what's been going on. Like we've kind of been building a bigger plan behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So we've been like sitting off, the gas and like not putting as much out. So like the communication with fans and the connection with fans was actually something I was like consciously worrying about a little bit.
Yeah.
And the podcast like answered that tenfold because now I get like, think about it. You did one episode, people are hitting you like every day.
Still
it's just
hit me
all
about
day.
the episode we did too, which is like from time now.
Right. So everyone listening, all the people, go check out the first one. It's a fucking awesome conversation.
Yeah.
We should circle back a little bit since we've kind of structured this a little bit more, but I think we should just talk. You're obviously one of my best friends in the world. I think everyone listening knows that already. But,
Yeah, for sure.
as the consumer of this kind of the biggest, I'd say, structure we have is like, I'm just trying to outline like everyone who gets here is in a successful position. Why? Like how? The Think and Grow Rich book I told you to, like when I recommended that's the premise of that. Like he studies all.
Just started reading it.
Right. So basically he's studying all the most successful people, their habits, how they treat people, etc. Everything.
Yep.
And then creates a thesis like, here's how you become successful. Here's how you need to treat people. Here's how you need to act and react, etc.
Yep.
So this is kind of what like a verbal version of that. Like everyone who gets here, everyone has these different stories and it's all different walks of life, but there's tons of similarities.
Yeah, for sure.
Personality and like, and just bumps and bruises along the way, turns, all that shit. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring out a little bit of your story. I mean, you're 5'8", right?
5'7".
5'7". And you're just a small dude, bro. Like you're it's incredible. People, when all of these guys in LA know about you through me, and they're like, and they see you, like they come over and watch games or whatever, and they see you in person, just like, I can't believe he throws that hard. You know what I mean? You're just like, it's incredible, really. But it's something that it's kind of something you've like your entire life. I think probably from the beginning of when you started playing sports, you were just the small guy, and you had to personally, like, that was what made you so great. You were so fueled to get by and like show everyone how wrong they were, type shit.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's how it started. That's how like my drive and my motivation, that's kind of where it came from. It started when I was young, was the doubt.
Were you always the little guy, or was it like kind of as you got a little older?
Yeah, no, I was always like the undersized guy. I was always small. I was super small from a young age. And like you said, you just kind of always heard those chirps here and there. So my dad was someone who identified it. My dad never ran from it. He like told me straight up. He's like, listen, like you're gonna be the little dude in the room. Like
shout out, Big Girl.
Yeah, Big Girl. He's like, you're gonna be the littlest dude out there. He's like, get over it. He's like, you gotta pretend like you're the biggest motherfucker in there. He's like, you gotta walk in there with a huge chip on your shoulder and play like you own it, like each and every time. So I took that from a young age, and it like hit me. And most people don't get fed that information at a young age. You know what I mean?
Say that.
Most parents like try to shelter, like save their kids. But my dad was like just very honest and straight up. Yeah. And that kind of went into my work ethic. My work ethic kind of comes from my dad. Still to this day, he wakes up 4 or 5 in the morning. He's in the gym every single day. That's kind of where it comes from for me. I believe if you want something, you have to go and get it. You have to work for it. And I truly believe that my work ethic is one of the best out there. So at the end of the day, like my results, I'm good with them, whatever they may be at the end of the day, because I've put so much work.
Love that.
I put so much work in, man, that I can live with whatever happens.
You know you did it.
Exactly.
You know you did it. That's incredible. I was just going to say that, though. As you've gotten older, how crazy is it, like, kind of reflecting back on, like, having an amazing father? Like, the shit you're saying, it's how I feel about my dad.
Yeah.
Still the same, gets up, opens up the gym 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Never complains.
Yep.
Like, and as I've gotten older, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm so lucky. And it shaped my mood and, like, why I chose to become, like, as I, like, leaned into being more spiritual, I was just like, why not? Look how lucky I've been.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's luck, pure luck.
100%.
But have you had that revelation? I mean, you've always known this, and I know you've always thought this of Earl, but as you get older, it's crazy to realize, like, you look around as an adult and you're like, wow, you know, there's so much horse shit. Like, as far as just, like,
no, I'm super thankful,
being
man.
programmed that early in such a way is, like, such a benefit.
Yeah, no, I'm thankful, man, grateful, like you said, because you see how, especially nowadays, it's like, upbringing, it's tough, you know what I mean? It's tough to just put your kid in a position where he's gonna thrive in the future and where he can kind of be built for whatever.
Facts.
And my dad did that, you know what I mean? I'm young, I'm black, I'm tatted, you know what I mean? So I'm in that minority, and my dad is as well. So I went into life knowing that from a very young age. I didn't go into life being sheltered and, hey, we need to kind of guard him. And my dad, like, pretty much, like, told me how it was gonna be, and my family, my mom, and everybody around me was just super supportive of me always. But like I said, I always had that in the back of my head that I knew things were going to be a little different because of, you know what I mean, who I was. And my dad was very honest. So I just I'm very thankful to this day. And like you said, you just you look back and you're just like, sheesh, like, you don't even realize it sometimes, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here without him, and I wouldn't be able to stay where I'm at, you know what I mean, if he didn't instill that work ethic in me. Because I took it and ran with it, you know what I mean? That's the other thing. Like, some people can have it instilled with them. Are they gonna use it and continue to use it in the future? You know what I mean? I'm still, to this day, feel like I haven't earned shit. Like, I feel like I haven't made anything in my life.
I know you
I wake up every day. I wake up every day, and I'm in the gym every day. You're working harder than
you've ever worked.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I have huge goals for myself and dreams. So I'm the type of person who believes that you need to put the work in. You need to put the work in. So I never want to live with myself. I could never live with myself if I look back and I was like, I wish I would have done this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna exhaust every opportunity, whatever it takes in this moment, because your window of opportunity is so small to capitalize. I'm just gonna go after it in every sense.
Yeah. We were just talking about something at dinner that was I thought was pretty interesting. It's another thing. That's crazy how many similarities we have, like the way we think and shit. But you were basically like, yo, I'm so happy that I didn't pop off young. And I was like, wow, I've had that revelation just this last few years. But, like, if I were to have had this monetary success at 21, or even more than this, like, some of these people land 10 million, all of a sudden you're 0 to 10 million and you're fucking, everyone wants to fuck you and everyone wants to give you shit, you know? Yeah. And it's an incredible, it's that dream that everyone fantasizes about. But it's like anything that goes up really fast. It's got to come down really fast, you know? And it's like, it's such looking at it now, I remember kind of being like, oh man, because, like, dude, you know, I didn't ever do anything with music until I was 21, and it was a fucking joke. We were just on the T-Pain fucking app, making disses. We were dissing each other and sending it back and forth. That's literally what I was doing. Yeah. But it's crazy to see, you know what I mean? So, like, what I'm saying is, I want you to elaborate on it a little bit, but just, like, you've had this, you're somehow, like, you're a first round draft pick, you know what I mean? And for more or less, you were fast tracked. You got there fast, immediately impacted, and then got hit with that fucking roadblock, or hit with that life obstacle. Boom, there you go. It's not all, you know,
100%
peaches. So, like, what I'm saying is, your whole story, I want you to elaborate a little bit on what you meant, but it's like, it's really been another similarity, like how I've kind of, you know, as much as our careers are very different, it's been like a brick by brick, like step by step process to feel like we're here and like we're on the brink of something even more. You know what I mean? I want you to elaborate on it a little bit because you were like, man, I feel lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, like especially like you're speaking like on my ACL.
Yes.
I feel like you know how we live. I live very in the moment. Like I'm never one to I dream, but I'm never one to sit and indulge or sit there and really obsess and want something in the future. Like I'm working in the moment because I know if I put the work in the moment, whatever's gonna happen. So when my ACL happened, it was tough. That was honestly, it still is. It's the best moment of my life. Like to this day, like my ACL, tearing my ACL.
Not to interject, did you see that clip I posted? I literally had a thing. I said that, and the one time I was on another podcast, that was the quote from it. It was just like, this tattoo. I was like, it's the day I had the surgery.
Tommy John.
It was the worst day of my life at the time.
Same.
Turned into the best day of my life because I would have never did any of this shit.
Same.
It's incredible that you feel.
Same. My life changed, man. My life changed, and this is after I was already in the big leagues. I was already in the big leagues. Had pretty good success in the AL East as a rookie.
Yeah.
Had like a 3.5, 120 innings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then boom, I was supposed to be the man. ACL, done. You know what I mean? So you're sitting there. I remember sitting there in the room, like literally. I sat there in the room by myself after the doctor literally came in. He tugged on my legs like, you tore your ACL. Doctor leaves. I'm in there by myself. Like have like a moment to myself, like a few minutes, like. Literally within that same moment, I called my mom, picked up the phone, I called my mom. I was like, hey, I want to go back to school. Let's get that rolling. Yep. I'm someone who always needs to be doing something, and I'm someone who always wanted to finish my education.
Yeah. It's just crazy how all this shit just fits exactly into like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. It really is, because that's that ability to automatically take the cards you're dealt and make a play.
Exactly.
Make another play. 100%. Jump into something new. Don't stay stagnant.
Exactly.
Because staying stagnant is just you're gonna trend backwards.
Yeah,
you know
I could have went down to spring training and rehabbed and did it slowly, but I just saw an opportunity. Like I saw an opportunity, man. Like I saw the vision. I saw me being back at Duke, training, getting my degree, and coming back early. Like I manifested it in that moment, honestly. And it played out. Like I put the work in, like an incredible amount of work. But at the end of the day, like it played out from that time that I was sitting in that room when I tore my ACL. Like I called my mom, you can ask her. And she was like, she was heartbroken. And then she was like, all right, let's do it. And then she automatically,
that's how my mom would
she automatically got the ball rolling on getting me back to Duke. So like I said, that was the best moment of my life. My life changed after that. My body, my mind, the people I've had around me. It kind of was a point in my life that I needed, you know what I mean? And I didn't even know I needed. So yeah, I'm one to always kind of just roll. You got to roll. You got to roll with life. Like you never know what you're going to be dealt. But adversity really does grow you as a person, and it defines you and it builds you, and it creates an individual that can kind of get through anything. You know what I mean? I feel like I can get through anything at the end of the day.
Facts. I don't know who I would be without my hardships.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I would like that.
Yeah, I want them
at all.
Like I know I'm gonna have more, and like I know I'm gonna have more, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not sad about it. Like I'm open to it. I can't wait for them almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be a point where something happens that's gonna be groundbreaking, and it's gonna make me grow to a different level, and I'm gonna just approach it and be all in. Like some people might see that as a huge negative.
Yeah.
But I see it as an opportunity, and just kind of have something you can, like you said, you have the ability to kind of manipulate any situation how you want it. So I see situations like that as opportunities to build yourself, your character, your mind, whatever it takes to kind of.
It's all facts.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get there to understand this as clearly as you are until the second real hardship I had, which was like the relationship and just navigating, like the first time being in love and like actually invested in another human being, like you know what I mean?
Yep.
Where and then that stepping out of that, and then for the first time, like, oh shit, I'm in the trenches. Like I don't even know, I'm not even sure how I feel about it. Is this, you know what I mean? No understanding of the situation really, emotionally, you know what I mean? And getting out of that, and then finding out like all this stuff about life. Like I really wasn't thinking about it. You know what I mean? I didn't really get to where you are, the understanding of it, until my second one, right? You've had one real hardship, I would say, right?
Yeah.
In your life on a grand scale.
Yeah.
Everything's been pretty fucking. I mean, you obviously think about your fortune. You had great fortune. You made it. How many people under 6 foot ever have pitched in the big leagues?
I'm the shortest pitcher in the big leagues, but not many.
Are you the shortest right now?
Yeah, I'm the shortest pitcher. I believe so. Yeah, 5'7". Pretty sure I'm the shortest.
I mean, my point is you've beaten all odds. You've had amazing fortune in your life.
Yeah,
But for you to go into it being like, I know there's another one coming and I'm looking for it. I'm ready for it, you know?
Man.
So you had that, just through that one hardship, you had that complete understanding. I mean.
Yeah, I'm 28, man. Like, life's long, so
yeah,
there's going to be points you have to grow through for sure. Like, life's not going to just be steady dandy, all good and gravy.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So,
and not to say you haven't had, your own personal life, just life.
Yeah, life is tough.
Life is a fucking challenge.
Yeah, life's hard.
It's kind of interesting though. Like once you get on the side of that and you're like, yeah, it's a fucking game. It's hard. It's a hard game. It's like a fucking video game. Like it makes a video game dope.
Yeah.
Is that like, it's not easy to beat. Like if you're invested in, you want to play and you want to win. Like I don't even play video games, but you get what I mean.
You identify it and you know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's kind of how I look at life now. I'm just like, yes, it's hard.
It's a battle, man. Yeah,
but like, it's kind of, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and there, obviously, another guy with good fortune, there's people that it's easy for me to say it's fun. I get it. Like, there's people who've had fucking terrible things happen in their life 100%. That just might make it way harder to even think like that. And I get that. You know what I mean? But if you have the liberty to look at it like this and be like, accept the challenges and stop being like, oh, why do I have a challenge?
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of how I've kind of just like applied that to life in a sense where it was really after the second hardship that I struggled through it.
Yeah.
Well, on the other side of it, I was like, oh, and it was like a switch went off.
Yeah, mindset, man. Like mindset mentality.
Did that happen at Duke when you were there? Were you just like, oh, wow. Like, when did it hit you that was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And you said you had the moment and you kind of manifested it, but where along the way were you like, kind of having this bigger understanding about hardships and just like, because it was your first one really.
Yeah. I'd say like honestly through that ACL process, like even though that was my first one, I've had injuries, a ton of injuries, like small injuries, but that one was kind of groundbreaking. You know what I mean? That one kind of shook me in the sense of also life, not like, am I going to make it back?
Right.
Am I going to come back? Am I going to be the same pitcher I was? Am I going to be able to do it at the highest level again? If I can't, what's my next move? Like you obviously have all these ideas running through your head.
Right.
So that's when I've kind of started believing in myself and manifesting to the point where I knew that if I put the work in and I kept good faith and I kept good people around me, that positive things were going to happen and they'll play out however it was going to play out. I didn't know I was going to make it back in 5 months from ACL. That's a 9 to 12 months. People never make it back. That was an
incredible thing.
So I just go into every single day with a positive, super positive mindset, great energy, and I let my life kind of play out, whatever it takes me to.
It's the only way that happens, bro.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's not, the proof is in what happened. Like, it's one of the fastest recoveries ever, right?
5 months.
It's absurd.
I never really talk about it, but at some point I'll really go into depth on it. But yeah, it's never really been done. Like, I was back in the playoffs.
Why do you think the power of the mind?
I think mind is definitely the mind. You know what I mean? I was on a grind, man. Like I said, from the second that I tore my ACL in that room, I decided that point. I was going back to school, and then I was gonna try and be back by the end of the year. Like I knew it was realistic with my work ethic. You know what I mean? I know when I put my mind to something, I go at a different level than most people.
Right. I can
go get it. And no matter what anyone says to me, I'm gonna keep that drive and hunger, and I'm gonna go fucking get it regardless. So, just from that moment on, it was a grind at Duke, bro. Like, it was a fucking grind. Like, and especially after that summer.
Yeah, you're doing night classes too, right?
Dude, I'd wake up at like 6 a.m. I'd stretch. I'd go to my first workout from like 8 to 9:30, 10 o'clock. From there, I'd go straight to class. Like, my homie would bring me clothes, like, in the car. From class, I'd go straight to another workout. I'd eat, like, in between. And then from that workout, I go to night class. That was Monday to Friday. And then Saturdays, I would have a workout. Sundays, I would be fucking exhausted. I would just like chill. But it was the biggest grind I've ever had. I'm sitting in every class as well, doing every assignment, taking every note, doing everything. I was a regular student. after being in the big leagues. So it was a grind, bro. Grind after doing that, and I was coming back from ACL.
That's what it takes, man.
So after coming back from that, man, I felt invincible. I still feel invincible, like no one can touch me.
What it is, man.
And that's based off my work ethic. That's not cocky. That's not. Everyone might get that just.
You
to
just
me.
like make. It's like you just you've made yourself proud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's a certain thing like when you genuinely make yourself proud. That's true confidence.
No, 100%.
Because you're so confident in your actions.
Exactly.
You're just like, I did it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
exactly.
You know. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks because you know.
100%. You know what I mean? I'm putting exactly when you know at the end of the day, like the work has been put in.
Right.
Whatever happens.
And if you catch the L, like you said, you fucking did it. You did the work.
It is what it is. I'm right back to work after that.
Exactly.
Next day, I'm right back to work again.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I've really have come to that point. Like even when I'm traveling, like I always get my work in. So I never leave any doubt in my head. Like, what if? So when I'm looking back, like, hey, maybe I should have got that workout in. Maybe I should have did my soft tissue. Maybe I should have. Then if I would, I don't allow that anymore. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it in the moment. I'm gonna capitalize in the moment. I'm gonna try to gain as much as possible. So I'm ready, man. I'm hungry as fuck. Like I'm just trying to go get it in life.
You're going to. Do you have any? So from Duke and what happened? You obviously your first round draft pick. Persevered a horseshit coach. Sean McNally. I need Sean McNally on the next podcast. Let's get him on.
Jeez.
I'd love to have a conversation with him. Yes,
Need to
man.
see that one.
So I won't put you in a weird spot about talking about him. The guy was just like, he was one of those coaches that like was actually very knowledgeable.
Yeah, great knowledge of the game.
Great knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Had the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of was like a swaggy dude, even though he was cheesy, like, whatever, right? But mismanagement of like ego and personalities and like understanding that you're molding young kids, it was fucking dog shit. Yeah. Man, so the guy was just like, I butted heads with him crazy.
Yeah.
Even my All-American year, like there was
legendary.
times I was like, yo, I'm transferring. You're a fucking weirdo, bro.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah, I got into it.
I mean,
too.
you got into it. You were there that one time on the. Were you there that one time? You were.
Yeah.
That one time on the
turf?
On the turf. What even? I don't even remember what happened, but bro, it was.
You were running by yourself.
I was running. Why was it?
like a-
Because I was
it was
just
like a
talking.
4
I was
a.m.
talking
run.
shit to him. Why?
Yeah, you were chirping him for
Because he was running us like to death.
Yeah, dude, it was like 4 a.m. lights on turf. Like we were like running like we were fucking
So
like
I said-
cross country stars.
Yeah. I think I was like what I was saying. I was like, it's a cross country team.
Yeah.
And then we started. What happened? Then I just ran and everyone
He
watched.
made us he made us stand on the side and made you just run. And then he
How
sent
long
us
did I run for? Do you remember?
Dude, he sent us down the hill and then you were still
I
running.
just kept running.
Yeah. And then you came down like we were in the locker room and then you came down after you were fucking geeking.
Yeah, bro. Me and him were face to face, just like this, like this close, bro.
Dude, I got into him with him as well, like that, face to
Really?
face too. Yeah, man. We got similar person. Like,
He's just not a good guy. At least not a nice person in the framework of being a head coach.
yeah, he's in Pro Bowl now, probably where he should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's probably horse shit at that too. I mean, he should be like a scout or something.
I think he is a scout, actually.
Cool, good for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyways, geek to me like, yo, bro. When I got hurt, remember how good of a runner I had? Like,
Guy's a legend.
I was never a runner.
Yeah.
But it was the only way I could compete at the time. Like my arm went to shit, as you know. And I was, when you came, I was like right in the middle of like.
Guy became Forrest Gump when he fucking.
I did. I did.
You did, bro.
Bro, I was the best runner. I was like a
I know.
maniac runner. I don't even know why or how.
And we ran a lot.
We ran a lot, dog. Why did we run so much? Does anyone understand?
Dude.
Is there any type of baseball? I feel like that's such an old school way of.
Dude, yes.
Why the fuck were they running us so much?
That was, I don't know.
Baseball, you sit around.
Dude, it's insane.
Baseball, you stand around and you make fucking fast movements for like.
McNally, he had us running like a track team, bro. It was insane.
I turned into Forrest Gump. I think maybe that's why my
Dude,
fucking.
were you there? I think it might have not been your year. Dude, 1 year he made us, 27 ounce?
Yeah.
think it was a year, bro. You remember when he fucking?
Oh
made
yeah,
us,
bro.
we
I
had to
remember
run
these episodes,
dude. We had to run the East. We right in our unis. Dude, time out. Yeah, dog.
I wasn't there. That's hilarious, though. Yo, he's like slightly a legend for the shit he was doing.
Hey, this is a legendary move. You know how far East is? Hey, we didn't get him out. Like, something happened, bro. I think we were, like, really close.
He said run to East?
Bro, we all put our gloves down. Dude, I'm not kidding. We all put our gloves down. We ran to East. We put our turfs on. He made us put our turfs on. He made Boggs.
How long did it take?
Dude, he made Boggs stand at literally at the auditorium. What was the Baldwin Theater on East Campus? Like, right at the door, bro. Made everyone touch his hand.
All right.
He didn't care how long it took, bro.
Leander, get in line.
Yeah, he didn't care how long it took.
Like Boxy.
Dude, it's the most legendary move ever. Doing 27 ounce. Stop. Go run 2 miles.
So 27 ounce is a drill where he hits it anywhere, and he was a pro hitter, so like he could rake.
Calls out a situation.
And he's like a hard ass about it.
Yeah.
He'll like take full swings and like hit it out. Like the dude just loves himself. So it was such a weird vibe actually. Looking back on it, being an adult, I'm like, wow, that was a weird vibe.
It was, especially now in pro ball too, and you see how things
he was
move.
like so into him. It was like so about him. It was crazy.
It's crazy,
yeah. But 27 ounce where he would like hit it anywhere, the pitchers would run and he'd like want us performing at the highest level.
Had to be perfect. Super clean.
Risking injury. Just I'm out there like, yeah. And
I wish we had videos.
He would hit it anywhere, and we had to record 27 outs in a row. Pretty fucking hard.
In a row, without a bobble, anything.
Nothing routine. Nothing really routine about it.
No, you couldn't even bobble the ball. If you like bobbled it, you go start at 0.
We'd be like 25 out.
26,
like,
dude, seriously, we start over.
But coach, it's 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And I have a night class.
Insane, bro. Insane. Tarp pulls.
Seander coming up here with a fucking burrito in his fucking back pocket. He would fucking troll me, bro. Oh my God, that guy. Anyways, you fucking dominate. Go first round. I was at the fucking, I was at your draft party.
Yeah.
And McNally was there too. Geek. Yeah. That's the last time I saw him. Yeah. But fast track, get there. And then, you're in Toronto. Now, what are I want to know, like, obviously no one's really talked about this yet. Like, it's been an interesting time in Toronto, right? Like, I mean, just from your point of view, and you can be as honest as you want to be or as political as you want to be. Yeah. We've never even talked about it really, but just like where, out of your perspective and how you see everything every single thing as meant to be, and part of the journey. Yeah. I know for a fact there's been frustrations about it. You know what I mean? Because I know I know genuinely when you were there and just through our personal interactions, off the media, off anything, you fucked with Toronto heavy.
Yeah. Love Toronto. Still do.
You do.
Great
I know,
city,
and the people loved you. You know what I mean?
No, I still do, bro. Still have a lot of relationships.
It was just like a media issue. Like,
yeah. Still have relationships. Still have a bunch of relationships, friendships there, bro. Still go back. Like, still love it, bro. Coast to coast. Love Canada, man.
And it was just, how long now? You were like the
2012.
You were the longest tenured Blue Jay this past year.
Yeah. 2012 was drafted. And I was in the big leagues 2014. And it was in the big league since. So, yeah, I was there for all the runs, the playoff runs.
And you went through, so you get there like in an incredible time.
Yeah. Well, I got there. We weren't good when I got there.
Oh, you're right. You're right. When you came back.
Yeah. When I first got there, my first year, we weren't very good. That next year is when we picked up a few players, Donaldson, like Stu guys started coming in. We got Price, Tulowitzki.
Right.
And that's when I was hurt, and I started to like see that. That's what kind of put like a little motivation to me too when I was at Duke to get back. So that's when the vibe kind of started. You know what I mean? And I came into that and kind of just ran with it. But
interesting.
Yeah, Toronto, man, love that city, bro. At the end of the day, bro, like you know how it is, bro. You just and pretty much just managing relationships and friendships, and everyone doesn't like each other and everyone doesn't get along from the top down. You know what I mean? And we've had management come in and kind of change shifts. They pretty much got rid of everyone that was with the old regiment.
Right. And I mean, you were there through like it was like a whole new team.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there from like,
it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I was there from literally like from bad to great. And now it's kind of in a rebuilding mode right now. Right. And the team now is like the young guys. Like those are my guys. I was just talking to Bo, talk to Vladdy all the time.
Bo's insane.
Yeah, that's my guy. I'll get him out here. We'll get him on this.
Yeah. I love his swing.
Yeah, the best swing. He's got this swaggiest, super swag, bro. Swing. But yeah, those are all my guys, bro. Those are all my guys, and and they still hit me to this day, bro. So I kind of want to, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you want to be there with those guys, and those guys want me there. You know what I mean? So, but the dynamic of baseball and the business of baseball, bro. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I've come to terms with that.
And it's out of your control at the end.
Yeah, it's out of your control, bro. Like at the end of the day, man, I'm ready to pitch wherever that may be. I'm excited to show up and have the opportunity to be in the big leagues every day, man. It's exciting.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, the whole reason I set that question up like that is because, you know, as a believer in everything happening for a reason, I feel like randomly landing with the Mets where it was kind of unexpected.
Yeah. Perfect.
Couldn't have worked out any fucking better.
No, I agree.
There's great energy around the team. The young dudes are great. That dude Alonso is incredible.
Yeah, he's a legend, man.
You got a great staff.
Unreal staff.
You're home.
Yep.
In New York City, a market where somebody like you could probably thrive.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't really choose another. I think that's the best market. The hometown, undersized kid.
No,
you know,
I'm
pitch not, and it's almost like it's better that it's not the Yankees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's just like it's just like different, and there's a new energy. I think there's like an excitable team.
No, I agree.
And you're in the middle of it.
I couldn't agree more.
At that perfect time, it like
meant to be.
As soon as you got there, you started you got red hot.
Red hot.
It was insane. I was geeking. I was like in here.
Like
I was watching.
Atmosphere.
I was watching like your first start. I was
It's lit. My first
it's
start,
crazy.
Bro. New York's New York, bro. That energy's different. You know, you're in New York, bro. Like it's different, man. Like it's die hard. It's like they bring a different vibe. Like I'm from New York, so I get it, man, and I love it. So to be there, to land there, definitely feels like it was meant to be. And to land there so comfortably, I feel like I was meant to be in that clubhouse. Just all the guys from the top down. Like it's just a vibe. Whether it be DeGrom, Mats, you know what I mean? I played ball with Mats all growing up from a young kid.
That's really interesting, actually.
Alonzo.
I actually remember you saying that a long time ago, like when you guys weren't on the same team. You were like, oh, I used to pitch against him all the time.
Yeah, now we're on the same team. Like, you know what I mean? It's just vibe, man. I love the squad that we have, the Mets. We have such a good group, man. Like quality core group of guys, young guys, mixed with a little bit of veteran presence. I think with a few additions, man, we could do something really special. So I'm just happy to be a part of it, man. And obviously I'm a free agent after next year, but yeah, who knows? I would love to be there for a long time.
Yeah, I know Syndergaard.
Yeah,
he's a funny dude.
Yeah, he's the man.
I haven't seen him in a while, but he came to a few shows back in the day. I think he was. I don't even know if he was maybe a rookie when he came.
Yeah,
you guys were just in the news about a new owner.
Yeah.
What's the vibe? Do you know anything about it really, or is you just? I mean,
like,
it kind of came out of nowhere to you.
It's big news. Obviously, I keep up with it. Just being.
He's like one of the
Twitter.
richest dudes in the game.
Yeah, supposedly he's the richest owner in baseball right now. So.
Well, that's dope.
It could shape. Yeah, it could shape culture. It could shape a lot of things. You don't know how it's going to play out. You know what I mean? But it's very exciting. It's an exciting time to be a Mets fan. I know the fans are very excited. So it's awesome just to see that excitement. You know what I mean? And be a part of it. So. Who knows where the direction is going to go, but I think it can only be positive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. What were you walking out to this year? You came to the Mets, pretty late. There was
the trade deadline.
Right at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably an interesting scenario. That was one where you weren't even sure. Like you had no idea even up to that exact moment. Like one, if you were getting traded, two, where.
Yeah, pretty much have no idea, man. You just wait. You just wait and see and hear, right?
Right.
That's all. You pretty much find out just like everybody else finds out.
That's crazy.
At the end of the day, so.
That's actually the facts, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people sometimes have trouble buying that. Like, it's actually
no. I find out on Twitter just like everybody else.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So, yeah.
What were you walking out to for your Mets starts? You said 50 Cent, right?
Yeah, man. I was just throwing
kept it New York.
Yeah, kept it like
Wankster?
vintage.
You say Wankster?
Yeah, had Wankster, Piggy Bang, Patiently Waiting.
I used to love that song when I was young. I was obsessed with that song.
I had some dope walkouts. Towards the end, I was coming out to yours. I was coming out to These Days. Which I've always steered away from coming out to like my own song. I think it's a little weird, but
I feel you.
People were fucking with it. But yeah, it's a vibe. You got to come check a Mets game. The system's dope. I get a walk in from like when I start warming up from the bullpen. I get a walk in all the way to the dugout.
I got some new waves for you to.
Yeah. I mean, I know every word already.
Get your boogie board out and ride out to the mound.
I can't wait.
That'll be a great entrance, Steve.
Probably get you live one day.
Yeah.
Live entrance. Give you a mic from the suite.
Just give me, I'll like float down like Justin Bieber on suspension. Just
put you in the dugout. That'd be fire.
Be hard.
It's New York, bro.
We could do it.
Know.
Hey, you never know. Yeah. You never know. There was one part I wanted to kind of touch on We'll talk about this, then we'll take a little pee break.
Yeah.
What time are we at right now? 35. Oh, cool. 36. Yeah, there's one thing I wanted to touch on, just something between us, where I thought it was a really, I'm not even exactly sure what time. I think you'll have a better understanding of the time period. Mm-hmm. Because when we were talking about hardships, there was a moment in time where like we were talking, I think you were struggling or feeling a little like, I'm not even sure if you were physically struggling. You were just kind of like mentally felt like you were a little out of touch or whatever. And we were talking, and I had been going through what I was going through, and I knew how much it had helped me. Yeah. I mean, everyone's gonna laugh. I've recommended the seven laws of spiritual success. But like I want you to touch on it a little bit, or just even what was going on, because it's an interesting.
That was probably the other breakthrough. You know, you were talking about like that was probably the other one. Yeah,
that's kind of why
it was kind of like it was kind of physical. It was kind of physical that led to a little mental, mixed with a little like life and everything, kind of just thrown at you at once. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Same thing that anybody could go through. So, just one of those moments you gotta.
Yeah, and you. I
feel like I went forward rather than going backwards. You know what I mean?
Right.
I went very forward. Like you helped me with, obviously with those books, and then I obviously sought some people out, as far as mental health, mental performance, who I still check in with.
Fire.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm trying to better myself.
Yeah.
In every sense, you know what I mean? Not just physical, mental, emotionally as well. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm always growing. I feel like I'm always trying to build. So, yeah, when that happened, that was pretty much, I was going through just like a little shoulder fatigue, but it was just so frustrating because I know my level of production, and it was just hard to run out there knowing I wasn't myself. Like most guys, honestly, probably wouldn't even ran out there. And I went out there and threw 100. I went out there and threw 100 innings and still posted a positive WAR, feeling like I did. But mentally, I was just off. And it came from I had thrown 200 innings back-to-back years. I threw WBC that previous year, so I threw a lot. So I was throwing early.
Fucking
I threw in the
WBC. That was sick. I was there for that.
Yeah, I threw 200 innings. Next year I had a 3, had a great year in the AL East. Mm-hmm. And then it was like everyone collectively around me was like, we need to take a break. Whereas I was someone who never did that. You know what I mean? I was someone who I work. I just work. And this was like something that happened.
Like a rubber arm guy too.
And this was something that happened that I'm thankful for this happening at this time as well. You know what I mean? I learned how to manage my body at this point. So pretty much what happened was I took a break. You know what I mean? I took a break, whereas normally I pretty much throw year round. You know what I mean? I'll put the ball down after season in October for like a week, and then I'll start tossing.
That's again. Hilarious.
You know what I mean? And start training.
A week.
Yeah. But I start.
Let's start it back up, guys. It's like that Adam Sandler, only 168 days until preseason.
Exactly. But I started training. Literally, I took a week off, and I'm back in the gym. But so pretty much this in 2017, after I had those 200 innings back to back with WBC, everyone's like, you need a break. So I took a break throwing. Still trained, but my arm never caught up. You know what I mean? It was just like I was playing catch up the entire year.
Yeah.
So now that I look back, I'm thankful I went through that at that point in my career, because I know now this is something
you learned how to manage your body.
I'll never go through that again. I know I'm someone who's always gonna have to keep my arm moving because it makes me feel great all the time.
It's crazy how every fucking hardship is actually like a building block.
100%. But this hardship was key because this is when I kind of took my mental game to the next level. If I didn't have this hardship, if I was just cruising.
You're right. So it did take 2 hardships. We're even.
Yeah. If I was just cruising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At some point in my life, I would have had this hardship, but I'm happy it happened at this point. Because like I said, I focus now too. I realize it's not just physical. You know what I mean? I realize I can't just get by on just being great physically. You know what I mean? I need to
talking about this
mentally,
at dinner.
Emotionally.
We were talking about this at dinner the first night, but like, you know, I kind of said, I was like, it's like we kind of feel the exact same way about it, but it's like, it's all in the mind.
Yeah.
You know, like
100%.
What you're gonna do this year, it starts and it ends in your mind because you've done all the physical work.
100%.
Where else does it Where else does it lie?
Yeah.
You know, it's not the competition. You know, it's always been the high competition.
No. And that's the other thing, like, as I start to focus on my mental, like I check in with.
Who do you check in with?
Well, Trevor Moawad is like my mental performance guy he's the man. He's Russell Wilson's like right hand man.
I saw you with him. I saw a picture with him a while ago, and I didn't know.
Yes. So I work with him. I'll start to work with him more going forward.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love that. I think there's something to be said about when you realize, even when things are going well, you know.
Oh yeah, things are going great.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because there's a betterment. Yeah, there's a betterment. It just doesn't matter. It's better than the next day. It's better than last week.
100%. There's always a sense to get better, and it's also for what happens when maybe that point does come. I'm just gonna know how to deal with it much better, knowing that I'm dealing with it now. It's
funny, the stigma of like, you know, of even like, like even in a relationship, where a struggling relationship, hey, we should go talk to somebody, like try to 100%. Help guide us through it.
Yes.
And it's crazy, the stigma is just like, oh, we're fucked. Okay. Yeah. Like there's just like that therapy is like when you're at rock bottom, when it's actually like, if you think about it, it's kind of what's happening to meditation. It used to be like, weirdo, bro. Like,
yeah.
Well, even like quality of mind and like understanding that like you need to establish and go out of your way to try to create peace of mind.
Yes.
People look at that as like, oh, you need self-help. You needed someone to tell you like how to be happy. Like,
I just feel like
it's bettering yourself.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like
I feel like it's the next level of intellectual. Like,
yes,
I feel like it's a different wave that we're on. And I'm 28. Like I'm here now, but I wasn't there at some point.
I didn't do it till 30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like some people never get there ever in their lives. Most people won't ever get to that point. But I know. I'm here. Like I'm not slightly scared. Like I know that I'm at where I'm at, and I'll continue to be where I'm at, and I'll continue to level up.
Right.
And I'll be open about that because that makes me better.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that makes everything in your life better too. Relationships. It can help how everything in your life moves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you're trying to make it's not, all right, let me wait till I hit rock bottom, till I'm at this point now, let me get help. Right. Why would you wait? Why not just maintain or live at a level that you can maintain? Or when it does hit that point, you know what to do. You know how to cope with it. You know how to rock with it.
Yeah.
You know
because,
what I mean?
Bro, it's the reaction to the real hardship comes from the personal reaction to the event.
100%.
Because you take the event and in your mind and your whole life, your whole bubble is just augmented and like fucked up from this event.
It's your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts turn into emotions and feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
100%.
So yeah, exactly. And that's what happens. So now if you go into a hardship or just a bad event, it's not really even a hardship because you're like, oh, well, you know.
Exactly.
I know there's some kind of reason, like kind of sucks right now. Fuck
100%.
it. I'm going to go meditate, whatever, go for a walk,
100%.
do something, exercise. I know how to handle it, have a good meal.
Yes.
Fucking take my L and start over tomorrow.
100%.
You know what I mean? And then it's not really a hardship. It's kind of like a little...
Yeah, as I grow, man. As I grow, it's exactly like you say.
Yeah.
And as I grow too, I know we talked about earlier, like, whereas in the beginning of my career, when I was younger, we talked about doing it for doubt. You know what I mean? I talked about because everyone doubted me. Like, I had this nerve, you know what I mean, to like prove it to them.
Yeah.
I couldn't be further from that point now.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
This is kind of where I wanted to get.
Yeah. I couldn't be further. I couldn't be further from that point.
Yes.
So...
I wanted to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
but that's how it started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how it started. So whenever people say, like, everyone still to this day thinks like, oh, he's out there pitching with a chip on his shoulder to prove everyone wrong that's ever doubted him. They couldn't be more wrong. You know what I mean? And I don't speak on it because I don't care to speak on it anymore.
That's so interesting.
But that's how it started. When I was younger, 100%. I had that fuel when I was younger because it was how everyone chirped and how everyone
crazy,
talked.
But bro, that's partially why... It's partially why I knew that I wanted you to read that book.
Yeah.
You know? When you
100%.
You stop judging everything and you're just like, okay, like, you know what I mean? And then you're just looking at shit on a bigger scope.
Yep.
You know, I knew it would, that's why I wanted to get here because I knew, especially the way you are now and just like your temperament and like the way I think. I know it's not the same.
There's a way bigger cause.
That chip on your shoulder was necessary the whole way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But then that's how you had to level up because if you kept that chip on your shoulder, you pitch emotionally reactive, and you know.
Yeah, if I kept
you become like a Greg Maddux style pitcher. You're throwing. I mean, he threw hard when he came in.
Yeah.
Not that I know you're gonna run it up this year. We were talking about this, the force team and everything. But, bro, you have an unbelievable ability to like control the game. And
yeah,
I mean, I don't think, obviously people are probably gonna give me shit for Greg Maddux is like obviously the godfather of accuracy.
Yeah, 100%.
But you have that ability. Like you have you went from a guy who tried to fucking strike everybody out when I knew you.
Yeah.
Because you could.
Yeah.
And you started pitching to contacts and develop.
Now I'm precision.
You have like
precision.
you have like 7 pitches or something.
Yeah, precision
like
over power. I'm precision over power now for sure, man.
Yeah.
That's how I'd rather get quick outs. You know what I mean?
There, you know, just tying in the mental, what I'm getting at is like your mental growth is like, it almost like now your pitching like reflects who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because you're like under control. I mean, obviously you're still very fiery and emotional.
When the time is there.
But like for the, you know what I mean? You're more of a command pitcher. You're pitching for contact, for weak ground outs and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of reflective of like where your personality is also going. It's interesting.
100%, man.
It's
like
interesting.
I'm calm out there now, man. Like even how I look at it now, when I was younger, I pitched with so much emotion in every single pitch and so much stress in every single pitch. You know what I mean? If I pitched like I pitched in like 2014, 2015, I don't think I would be able to be where I'm at in my career. Throw the innings. Like I'm a workhorse. Like I'm a dog. Like I really am. And I'm 5'7". But
you've been doing those numbers. Numbers.
I'll go out there and throw 200 innings every year. Like, and my body can take it for, I'm going to do this for a long time. Like, my body's in great fucking position. So,
I love it.
But as far as like mental, I don't think I'd be able to pitch like at this point in my career, like how I pitched in 2014. It was like, I was very high energy in 2014.
Right.
Like every pitch I was like I want to kill this guy. Like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, like, I'm so calm and relaxed on every single pitch. And I have the ability to go to that point when I need to.
Right.
But it took me the ability to be able to know how to calm my mind. Like,
right.
It's so hard to do in the moment, especially on the biggest stage. Like, it's incredibly hard. Like, nobody knows unless you're actually in the moment.
Right.
But I've gotten to that point where, like, I don't see anybody when I'm out there. Like, I'm in my own world. And I feel so calm and relaxed. I can almost like
even when things go wrong, even when things go wrong, you make a mistake, someone hits it, fucking clears the bases. When you get back on the mound,
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm able to clear myself.
That's amazing.
I used to be at the point where it used to eat at me.
That's
you know
amazing.
What I mean? But now I'm able to truly. Breathing has a lot to do with it. I'm able to take a step off the mound. Breathing, self-talk is really big for me.
What are you saying?
Just giving myself like positive affirmations out loud. That's like one of the things we do. I'm nasty. I'm the fucking man. Like, regardless, like who cares if you hit a homer? Like, I'm gonna destroy this next guy. Like whatever it may be.
I love it.
I write "I am nasties" on my glove. Like I literally have that etched in my my Rawlings. But that's like one of the things I'll do with Trevor is like the idea of speaking things into existence, but when you actually speak them out loud and say it.
That's why when you said it out there, you know, I can't journal. I said, you're tripping.
Yeah.
That's what I write down every day.
Yeah.
I'm the best musician alive.
Yeah.
I'm the, like, it's just, it doesn't matter.
Get it out.
Like I'm even things that I don't have. Things that I want that I don't have.
Yeah.
It's just like there's
manifesting in that sense.
There's so much. I'll go to sleep and I have last night I slept with affirmations playing on the TV, like you know, not even just less specific about me obviously, but just about life and happiness and wealth and health and everything. Anything you want to be affirmed more or less in 100%. Your life. And it's playing all fucking night.
Yeah.
But you got to start journaling, bro, because that's part of it. I don't even write it every day necessarily anymore. I'll just flip to a page and read it. And it's I am affirmations.
I am for sure.
And then I am, you know, grateful for.
Yeah.
And then shit. And that's really what journaling is. Yeah. But it's so dope.
No. I believe in it 100%.
Yeah.
Man. And in the moment, it helps.
You get there. When you're
moment,
30.
Yeah.
You can't journal in your 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but hilarious. Like people are always.
That's the first time I ever felt old.
That's another thing. People are always, players, I should say, are always. Like I talk to myself on the mound, you know what I mean? It's like a controversy sometimes. Like a lot of guys think I'm talking to them.
Right,
like,
I know.
Sometimes I am talking to them. Don't get it wrong.
People love to be irked by. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I get why the other team maybe. I mean, I get that.
Yeah,
I get it. But like weird like baseball elitist ideology
etiquette.
of like, oh man, he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Dude, his fucking whole life he's been working to be here.
Yeah, it's comical.
You want him to be dry?
Yeah.
You want him to be like fucking.
Yeah, it's comical, man.
Like I can't even bring out a guy in my head because no one remembers those guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I can't even fucking reference a guy off the top. Like
for sure.
You know what I mean? I want a guy that is gonna. You know, at least I know if he loses, he's fucking going all the way.
Yeah, he's gonna be passionate.
And he's
sure.
a human being.
100%.
I'm a human being. I want to connect to that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want fucking. Can't even think of a guy.
I think New York fucks with it, man. They're gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like at some point this old school thing. Like, this is the last generation.
Mm-hmm.
The next generation, it's not gonna exist anymore.
100%.
Like, people want that real shit. Podcasts is a new. Think about radio.
Yeah.
Was very curtailed still.
Yeah.
It wasn't very mainstream. Couldn't say this, couldn't say that. Podcasting is the raw podcasting is radio now, right? Raw, unfiltered is what people like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why podcasts are so big.
Yeah.
Because they're like, thank God someone's keeping it a buck.
It's just a disconnect right now because it's like you're saying, it's what people want, but
baseball, they're holding on to like But I'm telling you, with like the next 20 years, it will be out.
It'll transition out.
Because all those fuckers will die off.
Yeah.
Just through natural death. You know what I mean nothing by it. Shit. Let's take a pee break and we'll pick back up.
Lay do.
We'll be right back with You Never Know, You Know What I Mean, right after this urination break.
So you run your socials through and through.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do, man.
You feel like it's something you like, you're consciously crafting a brand?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's
like your personal image and like what you're trying to reflect.
Yeah, I keep it super organic and like authentic to me. Yeah. I really do. You know what I mean? I honestly don't try to put too much out there. I try to keep my private business. Mm-hmm. I think that's a key. But
you're a very private person overall.
Yeah. But as far as the positiveness, the quotes, like that stuff that I'm thinking about on the daily, you know what I mean? And then pictures, like I just put out whatever. It's usually about fits, and I'm into this fashion game a little bit.
Speaking of fashion, we're gonna do an HTMH for the homies collab.
Yeah.
So
limited
with this podcast, we'll drop it. So we've been working.
Good luck getting that one.
Yeah, we'll do a limited amount, but it'll be fire. And then you want to donate it to your charity.
Yeah. I'll definitely donate the proceeds to HTMH Foundation, 100%.
Touch on what we were just talking about out there. You're telling me about like your vision for what the charity event will be.
Yeah, so HTMH Foundation, something that I'm just starting. It's definitely my kind of my vision I've had for a while, but it will be directed towards inner city youth and education, just pretty much providing better opportunities, better platforms, whatever it may be for pretty much the young wave of kids.
Is there a certain area?
It's probably going to be New York. I'll definitely touch back in Canada at some point, just because I have roots there, but who knows where we're going to branch to, but definitely New York, we will start there. That's home for me. But I truly believe that, you know what I mean, young kids are the next wave of culture, and we got to be able to put them in better positions to succeed when they don't have the ability to. So I'm excited. I have an event. I don't have an event. We're pretty much putting an event plan, and we're putting an event together for next off season that'll be kind of directed around like a night out with Stro. It won't be a charity golf tournament. It won't be a bowling tournament.
I thought you made a good point about the golf tournament though, and you were just like, you know, think about what the sport itself is pretty polarizing in a sense where you're with a group of four.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like if everyone's going and playing around, you're not really like fraternizing and like getting to have those conversations, or at least the organic like energy and hangout where everyone's kind of
they'll have like an event after,
Right.
but it's always everyone's like kind of tired. Don't get me wrong, like I'm all for golf charity, any charity.
But
I'm all for.
I loved how if you broke it down, just like I'll actually be like I feel like I'll get a lot more time. Like actually,
I have a vision to do like a mass dinner, a really dope dinner with bringing different singers, different artists, kind of make it almost like the Met Gala, but have it for a charity event for my charity, and I'll be able to interact with everybody throughout the entire event all night. You know what I mean? Rather than in golf tournaments, like you usually see whoever's throwing it.
Yeah, it's a valid point.
Yeah, you don't see them much. You take a picture with them quick, and then they're usually gone. So I'll be just there mobbing with everyone, be able to interact with the tables, and it'll just be one dope, big event going to a dope cause, and everyone can kind of just chill and mob. You know, I had this vision for it that could be really cool.
Right. Dope. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Mike will be performing there for sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Get some other artists as well.
Probably getting kicked out of the after party at some point, but I'll just text you and you get me back in.
Yeah, it'll be legendary. Legendary.
Man. I wanted to talk a little bit. We've talked a lot about serious stuff and obviously just baseball and life. What's going on, I guess, off the field now? Like your lifestyle, I mean, and not even off camera, on camera.
Yeah.
You're living like a tunnel vision life.
Yeah.
In a way, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, you're not partaking in any fuck shit at all.
Yeah.
Like you're just, you know what I mean? It's gotten to a point where you're just like, nah, like especially coming into a pivotal year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it really is interesting because I know tons of athletes and like for somebody who's as established as you are, feels like you're, like your life, you're seeing it like super clear now. Like this is what I want. These are what my next steps are. Yeah. And a straight line is a straight line. It's the fastest way to get there is just staying straight and narrow and fucking going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm locked in, man. I'm locked in. So, I mean, I'm out here for a few days seeing you.
Right.
But I won't miss a workout. But
even still, like you're not out here like, oh, let's go to here, let's go to the club. Like you're out
man.
like, yo,
I'm in bed.
You're working out, going to the spa, coming over, having a conversation.
Exactly.
Get a nice meal.
Exactly. That's the vibe I'm on, man. I think it definitely has to do because it's a pivotal year, but also not. Like, this honestly just where I'm at in life. You know what I mean? It's just
that's what I was getting
as
at.
Far as my energy, I only like to direct my energy with a few people that I wanted to be around. Those people know who they are.
Right.
I don't leave my house. I kind of built my house now. I had this dream about building my house to the point where I don't have to leave it, and I honestly don't leave it right now. I wake up, I put a gym in my house, so I wake up, I train 1 to 2 times a day. I have a chef who's with me all day.
Yep.
And I just vibe. I have a steam room I just put in for my body, a hyperbaric chamber.
Big Steve hopped in there.
Yeah. Kind of just getting everything.
A little hungover. Wasn't necessarily like sure how I felt the first 5 minutes, and then I caught the wave. My ears popped right away, and I was rattled.
Yeah, you got to get used to that. It feels like you're kind of in an airplane.
Yeah, it was a vibe though.
But yeah, as far as recovery, man, I'm just trying to maximize. I'm trying to maximize my mind and my body right now.
And your opportunity.
Yeah, so my trainer comes to me, Nikki Huffman. Shout out to her. She's amazing. Best trainer in the game, hands down. No argument.
Zero argument.
Yeah, so she comes.
She was a pivotal part of the ACL.
Oh, she was huge. Yeah,
and then it got a gig. This is kind of an interesting story. I mean,
yeah, this is another story we'll have at some point. Yeah.
I mean, you could share as much as you want of it, but like.
Yeah, short form. I went to Duke. Had team of 3 people there.
This is after the ACL tear.
After the ACL. Dr. Robert Butler, Jason Shutt, and Nikki Huffman. Go through my progression. These guys are geniuses. I get back in 5 months. Nikki ends up coming to the Blue Jays. They end up going to St. Louis with the Cardinals. Nikki kind of works her way up. She's a head ATC.
Now, is that normal? Like, 3 people are dealing, you go back to your alma mater, which I'm sure this happens across many scopes.
It's not normal.
But it's normal for like, it's just because it was such a quick recovery, it garnered so much attention. Is that what happened?
No, what happened was Dr. Butler was actually on retainer with the Blue Jays. He'd come in and like work with them, and he was stationed at Duke. He has like his own lab at Duke.
That's a weird
so that was the link. He
like,
agreed to do my rehab, and then he brought his team was Nikki and Jason. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Weird how life works though. Like that weird.
Yeah,
just happened to be at your alma mater where you were gonna be going.
So yeah, pretty much Nikki then ended up working her way up as the head ATC, head trainer for the Blue Jays. no longer with them. Now she's my trainer. And she's, like I said, she's the best. She's also working with Nolan Arenado. She'll be working with other guys going forward as well. But once she gets her hands on you, I feel like she can change careers. So
wow.
Yeah, she's a
just
huge
super
key.
Progressive, like
yeah, super new world, super progressive.
Yeah, I see some of your workouts. They're pretty interesting. Like the one you're like rolling on the ground. Looks, I need to do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
Rolling's big. Like
the fuck is rolling?
I think I'm training like how people will.
Yeah,
be
rolling's big.
It's a core. It's core. It's engagement. It's just basically connecting your body. Yeah. So pretty much you have a band, right? It's a Grey Cook band. I'm giving out a lot of information. I don't even know if I want to drop this.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, Nikki was my trainer. She left the Blue Jays. Now she's my trainer. Yeah, she's
You're
working with me and Nolan.
One of the best.
Oh, she's the best, bro. She's the best. So, that's another thing. I'm so confident in the people I have around me. Like between Nikki, my chef, like my family. It's like I have a really good, very small group of people.
So once you read Think and Grow Rich, I know it's a slow and long read. I'm gonna keep bullying you.
Yeah, I'm on
it. What was my point? Mastermind Alliance is a thing where it's like the most successful people, one of their great traits across all these people were that they were able to realize what they weren't good at or what holes they needed filled, find people who were amazing at them, and manage them and lead those relationships to where you're all working as a team, to where that's the only way you can really be a true long-term success. You 100%. Can't do everything yourself off one idea, one person, one man's strength, one life energy.
I have a great group, man. Very small group I have, but great.
It's interesting when you get there, another level of confidence where I kind of feel that way with my team. I'm able to do what I want for the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least like creatively, both business, creatively, I'm able to execute. I have guys on the logistics side, guys on the creative side.
Yep.
Granted, we're not doing fucking high budget shit, but for what I do and like what I feel like fits my brand, I feel like you're equipped. It's an interesting thing though. It's more of a life thing. Like when you have, that's why like friends and who you surround yourself with is so important. Is because when you have, that alliance that you feel protected, there's another level of confidence. When you have that in life, it's an amazing key because you go into every engagement or every event. It's just like, you feel prepared, in a way that doing it yourself, you don't.
No, I agree. It's like, it's calming knowing that you have like your circle there. It took me a while to get to the circle that I have, you know what I mean? And it was
you have a very small circle.
Very small. Like
as small as it can be.
As small as possible.
Yeah. That's by design.
Yeah, by design. And also like, I also used to not be that way. You know what I mean? I always used to give my energy out to everyone at some point, and I just learned that it was draining me and working against me. So now I'm very protective of who I give my energy to, and by doing so, I feel like I have the ability myself to do more things and to put.
And this comes at a cost, though.
Yeah. Yes. It comes at a great cost.
Yeah. You sacrifice a lot of things.
Yeah.
And you question yourself at times, like you could be lonely. There's so many things that come with that.
For sure.
Putting that on the highest of priorities is self-care and preparing yourself for your highest performance, and
100%.
And it comes at a great sacrifice that people don't understand.
No.
I talk about this shit on Twitter a lot. You might see some of it on like Instagram maybe, but I kind of like on podcasts have sounded off about how sports fans are like fucking just like not taking into account the human element of like that, athletes are just like, everybody has like a little stick up their ass about it. Like, you get paid fucking millions. I'll go be like, fucking, like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
Trust me. Like, I know a lot of people with millions and they have fucking bad, hard days for no fucking reason, just because everyone's human. And no one can understand that. Like, because they're paid, they have this right to completely just treat them as almost as if they're an item. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
what? You know what I mean? Like, how do you don't even, you're so misinformed. You're so far away from even having the information.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's such a disconnect. Like,
it's such a weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know you're not going to speak on it because you're a fucking athlete and they would eat you alive for it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like, just, you know, you're a guy who kind of demonstrates it on social media. Like, look, you know, I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to have my individuality. Nothing anyone says can like really taint that. You know what I mean? And it's like kind of against, well, it's not, it's just like, it's against the old man, like the old man theory of like, this, you'd be professional. You know what I mean? Like it ties back into what we were talking about, like the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing where like, I feel like at some point, just like I said, you know, as the generations shift, it's gonna be guys like you, these personalities. It's gonna be more and more and more and more and more and more of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's trending that way.
100%. It's younger, and there's definitely more personality. So the game's gonna have to adjust. It's
right.
Gonna have to adapt.
Right. I'm interested to see how as it progresses. As your career progresses, because I just think I still think obviously the best years are ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just like what you're able to do with your voice. I mean, LeBron is a big guy that talks about that and like being bigger than an athlete. And I was just talking earlier, rounding that off about like just the human element of like, I just knowing so many athletes and knowing you so well. It's really an interesting thing. I wanted you to kind of try to articulate. We can kind of end on this, but like, even for me, I was kind of sitting here thinking about it as we were having a conversation, like making it to the big leagues, getting there, right? Getting out there and just doing what you did. Let's take for example, the year you came in after the ACL and just balled the fuck out, like the whole city was on your back. You know, what does it feel like? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever heard an athlete talk about it. Like when you sat in your room in fucking Long Island and visualized it as a kid and did all this shit. And then like every step along the way, you hit the check, you check the box, get drafted first round, boom, you know what I mean? You're there.
Yeah.
Overcome. Even just that idea of like, you know, you got drafted, it probably felt amazing. That's one of those dreams, you know, which I never got. So that's why I'm like, I think that's why I'm even asking, because I don't really know how it feels. Obviously it's happened in music in a sense, but like, yeah, like what does it feel like / like when you get out there, was there ever just like, was it the first game you just like, holy fuck, and then it was done? Or like, what does it feel like? And I mean, what does it feel like? Do you wake up today and you're like, I'm a fucking big leaguer, like, wow, I'm incredibly grateful, like this is insane, you know what I mean? Or are you just like, nah, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be? Are you know what I mean? Like I want to understand a little bit.
I wake up grateful. I wake up extremely grateful for life, even daily, and that I'm a big leaguer. But I think personally, I can't like attest for every athlete, every baseball player. Personally, I feel like I haven't made it at all. Like I feel like I'm nowhere near like where I should be at or where I can be at.
That's kind of crazy though. That's, like, even though I get it, you feel like that.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Yeah. Like you you know what I mean? And I get it. That's why you're great, and that's why you're not, because you're never satisfied. And I also think you're like extremely programmed in that sense, because since you were 12 or however fucking age, this is your biggest habit. Yeah. Self-talk, next level, never satisfied, until the fucking system crashes. Yeah. You're gonna have like X millions amount of dollars, not know how to spend it. You know what I mean? There'll be a whole other thing then. But you're gonna be so prepared with because you're on this mental journey. You're already way ahead of most people. Exactly. You know what I mean? But it's interesting. You've made it incredibly far. My point. You've already kind of just buried it, and you're already like, yeah, I haven't done shit yet.
I had that point where I was like my first game, you get there, you're like, I pitched to Derek Jeter, like, you have I had my wow moment.
What does it feel like when you got in the box? Like, what was going on?
That was probably like my wow moment, and after that, I was like, all right.
But what was going on right then? You're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it was this last year too, so like the whole crowd was up taking pictures.
I don't remember. I obviously watched it, but I don't remember. It's bad. I don't remember.
I faced him a bunch. I think he got a hit. I punched him out one time on a backdoor two-seamer, pretty nasty. So yeah, that was the moment I was like, this is pretty dope, because it was his last year. It was like, you know, everyone's going out year. The whole crowd stands like when on every single pitch.
Crazy energy, yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty dope, man. And I've got the opportunity to meet him after that.
Do you pitch? How do you think you pitch when you're extremely like? Were you nervous or were you like super revved up?
I get I've always had nerves.
So when you're nervous, do you feel like
I get locked the fuck in.
do you execute better when you're nervous?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the more nervous, the more I lock it in. Like I'm nervous the day I wake up on a start. I got butterflies. I can't even
We
eat.
should talk about this. Yeah.
I can't.
This guy
even
doesn't
eat.
fucking eat the entire day and goes and fucking pitches 200 fucking innings.
I crushed the night before.
So you can't. You eat extreme.
I eat heavy the night before.
You eat a double meal almost.
Not double, but I'll like eat a heavy carb meal, probably like a large pasta meal, or like my chef will make me something heavy in carbs, protein and carbs, to try and last me because I get like I still love it. You know what I mean? It still like gives me that sense of like I'm a little kid and like.
It's just gonna say, dude.
Every day I wake up.
the whole thing on embracing nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
People confuse it as anxious.
Yeah.
I have anxiety.
Mm-mm.
Is it? You know what I mean? Like, is it anxiety? No, I mean, I think, you know what I mean? I think there's a way of, it's really more your perspective towards those feelings of, you know, raised heartbeat and you know.
I've accepted it.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So you've completely embraced it and said, all right, fuck it. I'm not even going to try to have a meal. Because every time you eat, you like rejects it.
I'll try. I like literally will pick. Like I'll try and get stuff in my stomach, but man, I'm on an empty stomach when I go out there and pitch, which I love. Like I don't even want to feel like my stomach has anything in it. I love feeling light and like there's nothing in my stomach.
Yeah, everyone listening. I can't. So I'm preaching something I don't practice. But go look up Sadhguru. I'll have Kilmer tweet out a link if you're interested in it. It's a Buddhist. You know, he's an amazing guy. Just I love a lot of the things he talks about and the way he articulates it. But he's talking about diet and. Basically was saying like humans habitually have just evolved into a culture that like really overeats in the sense of just like your body there's like a very simple like I guess when you get to a certain level of enlightenment he's basically saying like the mind can completely delete the idea that you're hungry like 4 hours and you ate and you're like oh I'm hungry. Like there's like he's more or less saying in the mind if you get over those neural pathways that have these habits of like getting hungry every 5 hours.
Well,
right?
honestly, if you think about it, it's possible too. And now that I'm just thinking about my start day, like on a normal day, I'm like I can't eat, like, or I'm like I need to eat. If it's like a few hours, my start day, I'm fine.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah, and on my start day, it's something that I totally accept now, and I've grown to like and kind of enjoy. Like I get nervous, man. Like very, very like people think like you grow accustomed. Like
chase nervousness, man.
From the night before, like everybody around me knows. Like I don't even talk from the night before. Like dinner, I don't even like to speak to anybody. Like I like having everybody around, and I can like listen to everything, but I won't say a word.
That's funny.
I won't say a word from starting from the night before, and then the next day, same thing. I really don't like to talk much.
I'd be in your ear like trying to get you to talk.
Yeah.
Like,
I really don't talk. But I like to just like be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
But I'm also getting better. Like I used to be very superstitious earlier in my career, and I've grown out of that.
Do you think it will fade?
Yeah, I think honestly the nervousness I don't think will fade.
That's really cool.
Because I'm going on my 7th year now in the big leagues, so it's like.
So if you got let's just say you got $100 million contract, and
I still think I get that same.
In 4 years, you think you'd be nervous still?
I think so.
That's amazing.
It's something that like.
Well, that means you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's weird, man.
Until it's not, and then you'll probably pull the plug.
I agree. Like it just comes. I know when I'm pitching. Like
it's
my
like your body knows.
Yeah, like my body knows.
You want to know why? Because it's your fucking mind. And like the body.
100%
reacts to what the mind.
Follows the mind. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like. The crazy.
It is really wild. Like when I first heard that,
I can't even.
What the fuck do you mean you don't?
And when I'm rolling, like I don't even during the game, I don't drink nothing. So I'm rolling out there in the game.
So you're like completely dehydrated and like, actually like probably have really low blood sugar because you haven't eaten.
Yeah, but I'll drink coffee. I'm on caffeine. maybe some pre-workout.
So you're
I'm
jazzed
like
up.
Yeah, I'm amped up.
No
and
wonder
I'm
why
ready.
you're out there
But I'm
shimmying.
so locked.
Shimmying.
But I'm so
Shimmying and
locked in.
shaking.
I'm so locked in, man. Like I'm pretty numb out there, man. Like
Can
it's
you
a weird feeling.
can you go ham on the timing stuff this year or what?
Yeah, I think I am, man.
Can you do it for me? Blame it on me,
I think I am.
man.
I think I am.
I think it's
got
the most. I think it's the bad. Like it's just hilarious
got
because
some
I know
new
how
ones.
difficult that must be.
Yeah.
Like I could never do that as a pitcher.
Yeah,
I have no idea how you're doing
I
that.
got some new ones. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm gonna use it much more this year, man.
I'm excited to see
I'm
it.
excited.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to watch you. Every year I am.
Timing is everything in baseball, bro. And like I've learned from so many good hitters in my career. Josh Donaldson, Troy Tulowitzki, Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion, Melky
So you go
Cabrera.
pick their mind and be like, hey, like, what do you guys like?
Bro, personally, I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't ever. I talk to pitchers when it comes to like routines or like pitching grips, but when it comes to talking like pitch sequencing or
Of
things
course
that
you talk to the
throw,
hitter, that's smart.
dude, I spend a lot of time in cages. Like I tell pitchers all the time, like in spring training, like I sit in the tunnels with hitters.
It's really interesting.
And these guys would actually let me hit with them when I was with the Blue Jays. So I'd be in the tunnel like hitting with Tulowitzki, Bautista, Encarnacion,
It's about
Melky,
to pay off.
Donaldson. Like these are some of the best hitters like that have ever played the game. So hearing these guys what they say, these guys are why I pitch like I pitch now. Why I'm so into timing.
It's really smart.
Messing with timing is because the best hitters told me that
It's all about timing.
it's all about timing.
Rhythm.
And the only thing that messes them up is when a pitcher can mess with timing. So
And that's why everyone gets butthurt about it. 'Cause
yeah,
it fucks
exactly. Because everyone wants to be in rhythm.
them up. Yeah.
And I've actually talked to Nick Castellanos about this, and he put this perfectly to me one time. Shout out to Nick. He's like, I'm a big fan of Nick. He came up to me one time after, and we've always had battles. He's hit a grand slam off me. I've struck him out. Like it's baseball, man.
Right.
Like we compete. But he came up to me. He's like, Stro. He's like, people don't like it, and he's like, you're nasty because he's like, you have to think of it like this. He goes, it's a dance. He's like, you're a terrible dance partner. He's like, as hitters, we want to be the pitcher to be perfect dance partners.
Facts.
He's like, we want to go in rhythm with that guy. When he moves, we move. So to be honest with you, this is the next wave. I'm gonna put young pitchers on the wave. But,
I love it.
I study timing of hitters. So like obviously we all study hitters.
Wow.
We study weaknesses, we study strengths, we get everything in the book on hitters. So I get all the information. I'll know all that going into a start. But I'll study timing and rhythm of hitters too. Like I'll sit there and watch before a game. I'll count how many times it takes, like how many times a hitter will bounce his hands before a pitch, how many like times he digs in before. Like I want to know his exact rhythm. I want to know what he's doing.
Really smart.
Yeah, I want to know exactly what he's doing because when you throw that off, they're off.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. I've talked about Bautista, I've talked to Donaldson. These guys are elite guys. And it's something that I've learned and I've seen and that I'm going to start implementing even more because it really does. When you're a bad dance partner,
they don't like.
when you're a bad dance partner, bro, it fucks with them. And this is the biggest thing, what I've learned, this would be dope for young pitchers and even hitters. But when these guys are so good, Donald, like the level of hitters that these guys are, they get so locked in sometimes that it doesn't even matter what pitch you throw. These guys are so in rhythm. This may not make sense. This may be on a whole nother way for some people. They'll be like, oh, just throw a slider in a better spot or throw a heater here. Or I've talked to these guys. These guys they're like, when they're locked in, they're like,
just seeing it. Yeah.
It don't matter what you throw. When I'm in rhythm and I'm locked in, if that shit's in the zone, if it's a strike, I'm going to hammer it. Curveball, slider.
Yeah, you
Change
run
it.
into that a decent amount at the big leagues, right? I
Yeah.
can imagine just they're the best guys in the world.
100%.
Yeah.
So these guys are telling me that. It doesn't matter what pitch you throw. As pitcher,
That's really interesting.
As pitchers, it's like, all right, we always got to, it's pitch, it's location. It's like, you don't sometimes we forget about other aspects of the game. Rhythm and timing is huge for me. That's something that I'll then continue to harp on. But this is coming from the best hitters telling me that, hey, it don't matter what pitch you throw. When I'm in rhythm, I'm going to hammer
Such
it.
a valuable conversation to have.
It's crazy. So now that's why I look at timing and rhythm as well. I want to know how many times a guy pumps his foot. I want to know how many times he takes a step out and takes a breath.
So I'm gonna mess with that. I'm gonna make him take 3 breaths, or I'm gonna make him hold it, or I'm gonna make him get back in the box. If you don't like it, I don't care. At the end of the day, this is a game. Like we're both playing a game. It's a battle between us. And competing, exactly.
Anything within the rules of the game, baby.
Exactly. And why am I gonna give you an upper hand by
Why do
being
I give
in
a fuck
rhythm?
what you think?
Exactly. And by being in rhythm, I'm giving you an upper hand. I'm a robot. That's what pitchers are, robots.
Right.
So this is the next wave of pitching that I think you'll start to see is like pitchers will slowly start to become more of athletes and just start. Obviously, they're nasty. Like
Yeah, I think you're like the first guy to do it like that.
yeah,
really.
obviously you're gonna have guys who are gonna outstuff you. Like those guys are Garrett Cole, DeGrom. Those guys are nasty. Like I can't even
just
put
next
no
level
words.
shit, yeah.
But obviously there's another wave too of how to get guys out. If you have nasty stuff, you can do it as well. You know what I mean? But
Me and Garrett Cole were on the same fucking All-American team. We were the same year.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember seeing his name and just heard he was like a 100-mile-per-hour guy.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Who do you think is the is there one guy that stands out, the hardest guy? Like when he comes up to the plate, you're like, what the fuck do I throw? What do I do? Do we even want to? I don't even know if you want to admit this. I think you should just show the love. But I mean, is not that you don't know what to throw, but you're just like, that's the hardest guy to get out. How about that?
Yeah.
Who do you think is the hardest guy to get out?
For a while.
Is there any guy in
pitched
particular?
against
Is there
everyone.
anyone that jumps out or not really? Just like one guy, you're like, fuck, that guy's incredible. I mean, obviously you feel that way about a lot of players, I can imagine. But
Honestly, you know who used to be that guy for me? That was Pedroia.
that's a hilarious pick.
No, dude, I would throw this guy like every pitch, just like and he would just foul
He's
it
so
off,
hard to
foul.
get out. Yeah,
Dude.
like to strike out.
Oh my god, bro! You would throw him like your best slider in the dirt. He would like nick it with like, nick it with like the end of his bat,
Just
like
like
this
this
much,
weird ass swing too, and it's like
bro. And then he'd work it to the point where like you left a pitch up in the zone slightly, fucking hammer it.
hits it off the green monster. Like he hits everything. If he ever gets a hold of it, it's like 309.
Dude, he's frustrating. That's the guys like frustrating. Like I don't care like if a guy like those guys that battle and can grind.
Such a great
out
Boston
ABs,
guy, Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah. But I think I haven't pitched against him much, but Rendon, man, Anthony Rendon.
Yo, he's scary.
He's a legend, bro. I only pitched against him a few times. Like I just got to the NL.
I watched your outing against him here.
Yeah,
I was nervous as hell. You struck him out. The bases loaded though.
Yeah.
When I was like, oh fuck, this guy could go yard. He's like,
Dude,
he's
good,
insane.
bro.
He's scary.
He's good.
And he don't give a fuck about it. He's like so balanced.
So chill
He's
and
like,
calm, bro. Yeah. I've never actually like met him and hung out with him, but we have a mutual friend like Ryan Goins. But yeah, I'm sure we would vibe. Like me and Rendon would vibe on the next level. But he's super calm and relaxed, bro. But he's so good. Like his whole approach to the game and his strike zone like judgment and his ability to recognize pitches like out of hand is like next level. So
it's incredible.
I'm looking forward. Like I haven't played. Like I've only pitched against him 2 months, but that's the shit I look forward to, bro. Like I get to compete against the best dudes in the world. You know what I mean? Like I'm already thinking like, how am I gonna get this guy out? He's a guy like. I won't even do my timing shit too because he just chills there. So this is another thing. My timing thing don't work for everybody. You know what I mean? My timing thing's meant for guys with leg kicks, guys with rhythm. Like I'm always gonna mess with rhythm, but he's a guy that literally just chills.
Yeah, he's just so
you know what I mean?
stoic.
So he's ready for whatever.
Yeah.
So he's a guy you gotta outstuff and you gotta sequence. You gotta come with it against that guy, man. So I look forward, man. Him and Soto, like that's a lineup, bro. Trey Turner, they got guys over there. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to being in the NL East, man. It's gonna be a battle, but I'm gonna be ready.
I love it. Do you want to get married?
Do I want to get married? Wow, that came out of nowhere, John.
Would you ever get married? Like,
I don't know if I would get married. I'm definitely gonna be with someone and have everything that a marriage would entail and live out my life with someone.
I just think that's exactly like you from the family you came from.
Yeah.
You value family so much.
Yeah.
Like at some point, that's why I asked that.
I'm gonna build a family.
Because like you sound like a dad kind of.
Yeah,
like you're like, you know what I mean? You've been as you get older, you just realize like, oh fuck, I'm becoming my dad.
No, I think
I'm like my dad 2.0. You know what I mean? It's the same.
I agree.
Thing.
I want that. I'm just talking about actual marriage.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I think what I'm saying is like maybe especially by the time you're ready and you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's probably not that close, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. But like by the time marriage is already trending like to a whole new thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Seriously, like people are just like, whoa, it's too hard. There's too many people I want to fuck.
Yeah.
Or not even that. There's just like there's so much going on. Like we can go half on a fucking. I just hate that I said that, but we can go half on our lives and like share them and share intimacies and share, you know, make a family. But like maybe it's not marriage as we know
I'm
it.
all for marriage. Like, you know what I mean? Marriage.
I just think it's trending. Like it's just with what the generational shift.
I think you can have everything a marriage has without actually having marriage, and vice versa. And vice versa. There's great marriages out there.
Facts.
And then I've also seen families that are unbelievable, not married.
Right.
Have unbelievable families.
But that's the bigger.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's what counts way more.
Yeah.
You can be fucking married and be dysfunctional as fuck.
100%.
Or
it's
the
vibe and the connection that you have.
It's really what
from
it is.
Building a family.
It just comes down to like getting to a point in life. One, you're ready for it.
Yes, I do want to get to that point.
And two, you have somebody that fits that.
Exactly.
Fits that need. You
exactly.
know what I mean? Until then, we rock and we roll, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you doing this again. How long are we? Hour and a half. Well, you'll be a repeat guy. I'll get you anytime you're in LA. We'll do it. I feel like we covered a lot. What was I gonna say? People, I think most of you guys know, but this dude literally was the first guy I ever made music in front of, I believe, right?
Yeah.
We were doing it with Chris Mano.
Yep.
And doing it in a closet.
Yep. On the MacBook.
On a $100 mic.
Yep.
And we hung up blankets.
Yeah. Soundproof.
And I don't know why it was like we kind of like knew. I remember you saying like, dude, you could do this.
Yeah.
You're like throwing 95 and I was throwing like 80. I was throwing like 85. I like somehow like it was an interesting time in my life though, because like I was kind of you. I didn't throw it as hard. Yeah. But I was fucking American. Dirty.
Yeah.
Before like I just had a crazy year there.
Yep.
And then it just like, since I met you, I think you were a bad luck charm.
Or a good luck charm.
Exactly. I was just going to say, it's actually a good luck charm.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I never pitched the same. And you were that guy. But like I remember you being like the first guy when like everyone on the team was like,
yeah.
None of the Duke guys were like with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? O'Grady would be like, yeah, you guys suck.
Dude, it was sick, bro.
But you were just like, I
always had a good ear for music.
Yeah, you were the first guy. I was like, yeah, you could definitely be a rapper. Yeah. And it's funny knowing how like 1 in a million it is. For whatever reason, we were so confident.
Yeah.
I think that's partially what it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like blind, ignorant, like confidence in yourself. It doesn't need to be outward.
Yeah.
But like it's weird. It's weird to think about. You want to make more music, yeah?
Yeah, at some point, like
it's like when you're ready and like
exactly
you want to, but you should still be dabbling, and I know you are.
Yeah. I need to find a producer.
All right, let's use this
in Tampa.
Yeah, so in Tampa,
Orlando area, someone who could come to me.
Reach out to the podcast or reach out to me.
Yeah, reach out to Mike.
Yeah, or Mark. Just try all of us because I get to probably like 25% of mine probably at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not that I could
reach out to Kilmer.
Yeah, Kilmer in the podcast. I think that'd be really smart for you to get rolling and just I can get you beats.
Yeah, you got to start sending me beats.
I can get you beats. Yeah,
I need that.
It's more about just being able to like set
having
up,
someone
record.
that can come over and record. Yeah,
really. That. Yeah, and then you should start that way. And I think just being there and watching, you could start to learn.
Yeah.
And then there could be something where you like fire up a little MacBook and you'd be all right. You could at least record vocals and shit, you know?
Need it.
But yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you and good luck this year, bro.
Yeah, my guy.
I'm coming to New York when you're hitting this year, so I'm gonna come to New York and
my walk up music's gonna be fire.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna rake this year, I think.
Yeah, I need you.
Take it serious.
I need a few homers.
Last year I didn't take it serious.
I need like 3 homers.
That'll be whew. Hey, the Mets pitchers rake, DeGrom rakes, Mats rakes.
Syndergaard
rakes. Syndergaard, not so much.
But I don't know, he's a big dude.
No, he is a big dude. But when he connects, he rakes.
Yeah.
But I need to come with it next year.
Yeah.
But I'm actually.
Were you disappointed in your hitting last year? I didn't really see many.
I got thrown. Like I literally didn't even practice hitting. Like because I just got thrown over at the trade deadline, so I didn't even take BP. Nothing. Yeah. I literally just went.
I remember you saying like
I can swing it, bro.
When you came. Oh, I know. You remember? I mean, I watched you hit at Duke. You're a good hitter.
Yeah.
You're a good hitter.
So I'm gonna run into some things next year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I'm gonna click some things and it's gonna be exciting.
For sure. I'm excited to see it. I'll come catch you in New York. Post up.
Don't let me hit a homer while you're there. I'm gonna.
Yo, pimp it. I need a full pimp job.
Oh my God. If I hit it and I know I got it, I'm gonna pimp it.
You gotta pimp it.
I will. I don't care. Nowadays,
it's gonna match your pitching swag
fine,
anyway.
bro. I'm gonna have the Bartista arm guard this year anyway. So if you hit me,
Just gonna wear it.
wear it.
You'll be fine.
But these hitters be pimping broken bat singles on first, getting them first, and doing all these dances and shit, bro. Shattered bat, bleeder through the hole. Tell me I can't pimp a homer? Get out of here.
Yeah. I feel you. You got to. Let it fly, baby.
Yeah.
Like you always do.
It is what it is.
All right, Steve. Thanks, buddy.